say goodbye to nail damage. I'm going to show you my secret how to protect those natural nails. The most common time I find we are wrecking our naturals, besides the ripping them off, which is the number one thing. Please don't do that. And if you see anybody that's doing that, warn them not to do that. When else can damage occur? When applying product that is colored or glitters. Let's say you put on a very dark green or dark blue and you want now to go with a French, like a white or an ombre, very nude tones. You've got to get all of that color off. And if you don't get every little speck of that previous dark color off, you're going to see it as it's going to look like a bruise, or you'll actually just see color when you put the new stuff on. So you've got to take every little bit up. So we file the rest of the product off, or we soak. You can soak as well. Over the years, I've developed this technique and I swear by it. And here's the proof. Here's me natural nails. I'm gonna work on my thumb. There's about 3 or 4 weeks of natural growth. All this is natural, real growing a nail, brand new. It's brand spanking new nail. From here on is all the fake nail. And let's take a look at these two, for example. You can see all of this is natural nail, right in that space there. And where this kind of little discolorization, like the little white line-ish, from there on in is all fake nail. So all this is brand new nail plate. And then this is much the same. This is all brand new, and here forward is all acrylic. So now I want to do a glitter fade ombre kind of with some tons of glitter in it. It's going to look so pretty. So I've got some nice colors that I want to use. But before I do that, because I'm thinking ahead, that's the big thing. You've got to think ahead. If this person with all these colors comes in again next time or the time after and wants a color change, you've got to get all of that off. Filing all that glitter and bits off of the natural nail is really very uncomfortable. And it's almost impossible to do. I have very good e-filing skills, and it is not comfortable for either me or the client, especially if they've got sensitive nail plates, to pull off that every little bit of color. Okay? And again, I don't want to soak. I got no time for that. So I am going to show you what I do to protect my natural nail. So first I'm going to buff the natural nail, the nail that's grown in, and I'm going to buff the product that's on there as well. Okay, so let me just grab a mask and put that on. Even if I'm filing one nail, to be honest with you, I do wear a mask. Just to get those fine bits that doesn't get breathed into me face and me lungs. Okay, I'm gonna use my bulk and sculpt to get rid and file down some of the acrylic so you can see where the acrylic is, and then we'll go after the natural nail. So essentially this is a new build, but I do have product on there, so you could also consider this a fill. I am going to extend it, so we are doing a longer nail. So it's a whole nail on top, but we do have product on here, and I want to show you how you handle that first. So I'm going to buff this product. I don't want any thickness at all, so I'm just going to pull it down a little bit. This is my protective layer. This is the protective layer I've been working with the last few videos that I've done. This has been on here for, well, at least a month, because this is about a 4-week growth for me. So I'm not going to file this off. I'm just simply filing it down. And the reason why I don't want this layer too thick is because I really want to put a lot of glitter and colors and bits in there to look pretty. Basically. So I just want to file this down so it's not too thick. I hate thick nails. So you can see I'm just taking that down quite gently. It's very, very, very thin right now. And I probably don't need to go much thinner. And I can check and see how thin it is by looking down the barrel like that. You can see that is super, super thin. Okay, you can take down the free edge if you want, depending on what kind of design. This is not a see-through design, so I'm not really worried about that at all. Okay, now let's file the natural part. So that kind of bit, bulk and sculpt, is to take down lots of product. Don't use it on your natural nail. So I'm going to switch that out to something that's quite healthy for the natural nail. And that is an arbor band. Now you can also do this by hand if you like, but this is basically a hand file wrapped around a round circular thing so I can get into the nail. I'm going to use this on a very, 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 very low speed. I keep it at a 2,000 RPMs. I'm going to file this now, the natural nail with this arbor band. I can file the acrylic with that too. It doesn't really matter. It's just that this I can really get into. So now I'm going to file really tight on the natural nail. I'm just removing any cuticle that might be there. Not the proximal nail fold, just the cuticle that's grown onto the natural nail plate, which there isn't because I've been polishing my nails for a few videos, so there isn't much cuticle there. And I'm just going over the whole nail just to have that nice smooth effect. That's it. It's not much more than that. It's pretty simple, really, and it goes pretty fast. So then I'm just going to dust off the excess dust, and that is perfectly prepped. Hang on, I'm going to get really picky. And again, it probably doesn't matter because I'm not doing a clear, but see that little thing there? There's a little bit of lifted product, just a tiny bit. I'm just going to go in there. Make it a little bit happier. I don't need any lifted. I don't want to seal any lifted in under there. So I'll also just get that now. Okay, so now I'm going to put my prep and prime. And you would do that with anything that you're using, a bonder or a primer or a prep, whatever you're doing. And now I'm just going to put my prime on it, my bonder. And you just have to put this in the natural nail. You don't have to put it on the acrylic or the enhancement that you got, but just putting it in the natural nail area is the only place it has to be. Okay, I need to get rid of this mask. Sometimes I walk outside and I forget I was even wearing it. That's how used to it I am. Okay, so now we want to form, because I'm going to extend this with lots of glitter and lots of colored acrylic. Okay, so I'm just going to get some fast setting monomer. Okay, this is something I've been doing for years, and this is something I highly recommend. If I'm going to do just a natural nude color, you don't have to worry about it. But if you're going to put any glitters or anything on top, use a nude color to protect the natural nail. And this is what I do. I mix a couple of my colors together, foundation pink and pink tint if you're interested, and I put it in a little glass jar here. It's just the right color I find for my skin tone, so I quite like it. So I'm just mostly focusing on the natural nail that's grown out. I want to protect that natural nail with whatever I put on. So I'm going to get a bead. See how nice, what a pretty color. That is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm just focusing on the natural nail. You can see where the acrylic is, the old acrylic, and I'm just blending those two. There we go. That was focusing on the natural nail area. Now, of course, remember I filed away that little bit there, so there's some natural nail that's exposed there. I'm going to put a bead right there, and I'm going to blend that right over to the side to catch that little exposed natural nail, because that's exactly where my glitter is going to go. And I'm going to bring it right over to this side. And I'm going to feather that right off of the natural nail. There we go. So that's going to be the foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and build the whole nail in the design to show you exactly what the amount of glitter and colored acrylic that I'm putting on there, so you can see why you need to protect that nail so much. Okay, I'm going to file that up and we're going to get a look at it. Then I'm going to file it off. Okay, so there's the finished result. Absolutely adorable, right? It's beautiful. All those sorts of glitters. You put it on, then it grows out, and your client says, but I think we're going to go with white. I want an ombre or white glitters. Can't have that. So let's file it off. Just going to grab my mask. I hate to file this off. It is so pretty. But this is an experiment, and it's education to show you how to save your nails. So I'm going to work with my bulk and sculpt, and I'm going to turn it up because we are taking a lot of product off, and we don't have to worry because we protected ourselves, remember? So I'm going to start digging right in. I've only got it at a 7 right now. Let's turn it up a little bit higher. We're going to turn it up to a 10. Now I'm filing right through that clear layer. Again, I could soak, but I don't have time for that. Okay, so I'm now through the glitters. Some of the glitters are starting to file off. Again, I'm at a 10. This is a pretty strong E-file, so a 10 is pretty powerful. Now, normally I take the length off first, but I really want to get to the nail plate area to show you. You saw the glitters on there. You saw how much acrylic I put on. So you know all the glitter that I'm trying to bring off. And I do little stabs like that because I'm putting a lot of pressure at 10,000 RPMs, a lot of pressure, but I want to do it quick because I don't want to generate heat in one spot. Look at that one little stubborn glitter. He's at a little bit of a stubborn angle, so I have to be careful. I just want to go in at it a little bit like that. A lot of product on there, so I'm still protecting my natural nail. We are revealing near the natural nail, and no natural nail is to be seen, but look at all the glitter is almost all gone. Last little dot right there I just got. See that? I filed that away pretty quick, revealed the natural nail with that thin layer of colored acrylic, but matching a skin tone, right? It's all nude. Now I'm good to go. All I got to do is take off the rest of this now. And with that, I would do a high speed, like 12 or 13. Oh, it's such a pretty design. Gone just like that. Right. Look at that. All the glitter's gone now. Now I'm only revealing that glittery acrylic powder that I put down there first. That's all I'm revealing now. So you can still see, look how much filing I've done. I've gotten all that product off, all the glitter, and my natural nail is still 100% completely protected. Okay, let's get some oil on there and see if there's any glitters left. And if there is, that's nothing to do with the technique that I showed you how to do it. That would be my filing technique. I just didn't take it all off. Oops. I don't need this. Okay, let's get a look. Let's remove some of the oil so we can see. Looks pretty good, right? We got all of that glitter off in really no time at all. If I'm to do a client and they want to switch out, that's going to take me a lot less time than if I had to soak it completely off. And even then, getting the last little bits with a soak as well, you still got to get it off of the natural nail if you applied it right to it. So this protects your nails and saving your natural nails from any overfiling and becoming weaker. And you don't really want to do that because then you can't wear product anymore. So that totally 100% protects your natural nail. All you did was put a thin layer of a slightly nude or skin toned colored product. Beautiful. Now I can go ahead. Maybe I'll put that whole set on. That was actually quite beautiful. I really liked it. Okay, thanks for joining me in this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.